Hello, my name is Dr. Kiana White. I serve as the Executive Director of Professional Development and Curriculum for Waco Independent School District. So recently I read an article that says we need great leadership now, and here's what it looks like. Part of that, in that article, there's a reference to the pandemic, and it says that pandemics leave nothing hidden. And that just kind of stood with me. So it talked about the strengths and the weakness of any organization is exposed during a pandemic. And I think about the marvelous and the wonderful things that have happened as a result of this pandemic, from people working together to provide resources for students, just people risking their lives to help and assist others, our essential workers. But I also think about this article in reference to education, about the weaknesses that it has exposed. I've been aware of the weaknesses for a long time in education because I recently completed my course study to get a doctorate in organizational leadership with the emphasis in effective schools. And not once did we talk about race, equity, power, gender, gaps, any of that. Although there are huge gaps in education related to these disparities. And so I just find it very ironic that it wasn't even built into our systems, but it's rarely built into any systems. Many of us are not prepared with trauma-informed practices or just how to maneuver and handle the inequities that we see that exist. We keep looking at the data and saying that we need to do something, but we don't know what to do. And so I want to get real about that, but I do want to get real about the things we do know what to do. We know that there's a huge gap in our students' performances. We know that there's underrepresentation of our students in there's underrepresentation of our students in GT classes. GT. There's overrepresentation in special ed. There's overrepresentation of some sub-pops, certain groups with alternative school placements. So we know all of that. There's underrepresentation in for minority teachers in the classroom. There's underrepresentation in minority leaders. We're still having a discussion in Texas around African American history being an elective. We're still an elective. And so if that doesn't speak volumes of where we are and what the hidden curriculum really is, I don't know what will. So I just think that it's time for us to get real. It's beyond us wearing a t-shirt. There's so many educators now in leadership that are so silent. What are you silent about? We just have to create a collective and an urgency around this work. It's not about pointing fingers, but I'm ready to do the real work around lifting the cognitive load for every student and being real about the biases and the expectations that exist so that we can increase the learning opportunities for all students. So with that being said, I want us to use our position and our influence to do the hard work and grapple with the hard things that make us feel uncomfortable so that we can make sure that we really do try to advance the learning of all students. Thank you.